In today's society, we have a problem which has reached epidemic proportions. Crime has become a way of life, and we are victims, or we live in fear of it. The reasons for this are many. Today, we will examine one of the causes. On this show, you will learn about candy criminals. Oh, look how pretty. Straighten up. Anybody have candy bars? Anybody here sitting on candy bars, huh? What? Okay. The term candy criminal sounds kind of funny. It doesn't really mean that you steal candy. It was such an important subject to me because I used to be a candy-holic when I was overweight that we've decided to put this in two parts. So you're going to see an interview and some really important things you all should learn today. And tomorrow you're also going to see some great things in the same substance of what we're doing, okay? Candy criminal is like a phrase that has been linked with a very special lady. You know, we don't normally have guests on the show, but seeing her and meeting her and knowing about her work meant that we should fly her here from Ohio so that you all can meet her. Barbara Reed is her name. She is a probation officer, and she has been for 18 years. She's developed a very unique approach towards rehabilitating her cases. She's with us today to tell us all about her life. I'd love you to give an incredible welcome to Barbara. Come on, Barbara! Well, you've come from Ohio, where it's a little chilly. You've come to little California to share with us, and I thank you so much for coming. We talked about the term candy criminal. Tell us a little bit about what that means.
Well, some people, when they consume too much sugar, really become very irritable and end up getting in trouble. They get restless and moody and depressed, and they can get into trouble.
So what you're saying is that some people who have committed crimes have been given tests to certain things, and it's kind of linked together with their eating habits.
Yes. We have had a number of people that have gone through glucose tolerance tests, and we give them a written health evaluator in our office so that we have a good idea of how they feel and what they're consuming.
Now, tell us about your experiences. And you said something to me that was so true. Everything that we do, we usually draw it from our own experiences. Would you tell me a little bit about your experience with this?
With my own personal experience?
Yes.
In about 1962-63, I was extremely ill. Very depressed, thank you. Exhaustion, chronic exhaustion, and having mental blanks, and I was really in bad shape and was consuming a great deal of coffee and a great deal of sweets. And when I corrected my diet, all those symptoms just disappeared. So I started asking the people that I was working with what they were eating. That's how it started. Now, you said that you were feeling problems, depression and all the other things you mentioned, due to the fact that you were eating poorly. Yes. Now, do you believe that you are particularly sensitive to sugar, or are most people in general sensitive to sugar? Well, I am particularly sensitive to sugar, and about 85–86% of the people that I'm working with, we're finding that they also are very sensitive and over-consuming the sugar. You've been working for 18 years. Yes. Talking with people and helping people out. Could you tell us some of the cases, some of your past cases? Well, we had a young man that I got referred after he had been arrested for criminal trespassing and disorderly conduct. And he was one of the most argumentative people that I've run into. Worse than me? Worse than you, Richard. And I began asking him his habits and working with him. And we sent him to an orthomolecular physician. This is the physicians that work.
A big word.
It's a big word. But what it really means is healthy molecules, and you have a healthy individual. And the biochemistry is terribly important. And we sent him to Dr. Barron in Cleveland, and he gave him a series of tests, including the glucose tolerance test, and found him to be very, very reactive to sugar, and he was practically living on it. He would eat a whole dozen donuts at one time, or sweet rolls, or a quart of ice cream, this kind of thing, and lots of pop, and a lot of candy. And the day that he was arrested, he had eaten about 6 or 7 candy bars, and nothing else. And
unbelievable.
We got his diet straightened out, and he completely changed the personality. He had a son, at that time 14, who had been arrested 3 times. They took the boy. He was having learning problems and really was making bad grades in school. A problem at school, at home, in the community.
So the whole family basically was eating improperly.
Terrible.
With all the probation officers that work with juvenile delinquents and with adults, why do you feel that your program is so very successful?
Well, when people eat well, they feel better. Their sense of humor returns. They act better, they react to things better, they use better judgment, and they don't get back in trouble.
Well, you know, it's very true, everything that you say. We both are really working for the same cause. We're saving lives, and if sugar is a problem with you, then you better stick with us and watch this entire show. We're going to go in the kitchen right now to show you some great nutritional approaches for this problem with Barbara Reed. Don't go away! Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was all for you. You were pretty hot in that first. I mean, I felt like Edward R. Murrow and Person to Person. I felt like I just walked into your house. People don't know what a problem it is to eat candy and to all of a sudden go bazooki. Now, a lot of us have the same thing with salt or pasta or there could be food or something you're allergic to and don't know it. But Barbara and I basically kind of do the same thing. She works with people who have been a little naughty.
Behavioral problems, yes.
Okay, and I basically deal with people who have had eating problems and have been overweight, okay? Today we're going to show you some examples of Barbara's particular food plan. What is the main point to your complete food program when these people come to see you?
Well, really, one of the tools that we use is to educate them and make them aware, get them to be aware of how much sugar they're actually consuming.
Most people don't know that.
They really don't.
You know, if I was like real thirsty and I wanted a soft drink, you know, and how many soft drinks do you think you've had in your lifetime? I mean, you know, and we pour the little soft drink and you know, we don't even talk, and we let the bubbles go down so we can get more in the glass.
Would you?
Oh, Barbara, I've been to many dinner parties, but Barbara, your glasses have spots all in them. Now, you see, we just poured a cola, okay? And for a 16 ounce...
16 ounces. Would you like to know how much sugar?
You're not going to believe this.
All right.
Watch this carefully.
2 cubes is 1 teaspoon of sugar, right?
Can I have a close-up on this? Sounds pretty, doesn't it? Is this.
And who stops at 1? Well, 16 ounces of that.
Right.
And who stops at 1?
That's right. We don't realize, you said it, we don't realize, and I always say to them, you know, please find out what you're putting in your body. Be aware that you're not, when you're losing weight, I say don't just worry about losing the weight, also learn how to get healthy. You know, it's a 2-point thing. And what you're basically trying to do is take these people and rejuvenate them and give them a healthier approach to eating, aren't you?
Correct.
We went to go change, and there was this huge candy bar in my dressing room. I'd like to thank her. We talked about food, and we pretty well agree with how people should eat,
yes.
You know, which I think is great. How do you feel about exercise, Barbara?
It is absolutely vital, and we insist that the people that we're working with get into an exercise program.
So you believe no matter if you're overweight or if you've committed a crime or whatever, that the exercise would help you mentally too?
The exercise gets rid of stress. You get rid of more stress when you're exercising. Nobody can make you mad after you've
Because
exercised.
these people you can see, or look at these faces. They should take close-ups of these faces. You talk about stress, look at these faces. You do a test that you did in my dressing room. I know what you're thinking. You did a test in my dressing room, which I thought was quite incredible, and I think you should pick out a lady and do the test with us. Would you do that for us?
Do you want that done now?
Yes, I want some sugar. Do we have any sugar? Okay. Oh my God, I feel like Mr. Ed. Okay, can I have, do you love how we're color coordinated? Yeah. Do we look better than Donnie Marie? Huh? You want to Okay.
All right. You have not, just stretch. Are you right or left-handed?
Right.
Stretch your arm
I'm sorry to hear that.
straight in front of you. Really resist me pushing your arm down. Don't let me push it down. All right, now hold this in your other hand. Just close it up and hold it. The skin is a live organ, all right? It is alive and it's moving. If you want to find out just how much so, sometimes rub some fresh garlic on the bottom of your foot and then see how long it takes you to taste it in your mouth.
Ooh.
Yeah. It really does. All right, now, you want to hold your arm straight in front of you and really resist me pushing it down.
Okay.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness.
That's incredible. That's incredible. You see these little things? A lot of people believe that this is the way to celebrate, that this is the way to have a good time, to go out and have desserts and sugars. But you know what to me is the best way to celebrate?
What?
Exercise! What? Everybody get up. Come on, up. Thank you, sweetheart. But did you see her hand, her tolerance, that's what sugar does. Ugh. Okay? Thank you so much for joining us, Barbara, today, and you'll be with us tomorrow. And I'd like to give you one of the Richard Simmons Show shirts, which is 40% cotton and 60% sugar. I'm kidding. Thank you.
Thank you.
Was she wonderful? She was good. Thank you all for being with us tonight. And as I always say at the end, I hope you've learned something today. Sugar is very dangerous. I hope that we have made you aware of the effects of what sugar can do. We seem to be surrounded in a world that, everything gets sugar put on it. And many of you may be addicted to this and may not know. So stop eating all that sugar, because I want you to be healthy and happy for the rest of your life. Barbara and I are doing the same thing, spreading the word of health. God bless all of you.